Hello everyone, I'm gonna try this out with voice here. We'll see if I can think and play at the same time. Generally when I'm doing Rocket League, I'm first of all playing against bots because I don't care to play against people because I put too much pressure on myself to make mistakes. Or to not make mistakes. Yes, I pressurize myself to make mistakes, don't we all? But, yep, I'll take that. In any case, I do like to play this game quite a bit, and generally I do this to chill. It's not exactly what I'm doing right now. If I'm trying to do a voiceover, in fact my brain is usually completely off at this point, so you're definitely getting a compromised version this way. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. So, my style of play, I tend to like using the walls a whole lot and using bounces, and should really have stronger shots when I make them as opposed to that, because you really want stronger shots to go in and not give your opponents time to react or do something actually good or interesting with the ball. Oh, that would be me completely messing that up, and so did they, which is a surprise. We'll see what we can do here. That was not what I wanted to do. I wanted that to go straight in. In fact, it's one thing that I do a lot is miss the shots I want to go in, but you get them close enough to the goal and somebody else should be coming in behind you to take advantage of it. I suppose if I was playing on a real team of people and they wanted me to play up front, which is not my favorite way to play, I actually prefer to be right where I am right now, hanging out in the goal. Not a particularly good goalie. I do need more practice at it, but I do like playing it. But if I'm up front, generally what you should be doing is following me to get those things, to get a shot on goal, because I am fairly good at getting the ball at least in front of the goal when I hit it, unlike that shot, which was pretty pathetic. I don't think my guy's going to be able to defend it. Yeah. Technically an epic Asebu, but not in reality. That block that I tried to do up on the wall back over there is not something I am good at. I do not have good timing with coming off the wall for shots. When I telegraph them like that one, I'm okay. But he didn't come around to hit it out. He usually does. But yeah, my wall play could be a whole lot better than this. Sometimes I get into some nice little modes where I get a lot of good shots and it makes sense. Sometimes you just get a gift like that, except I didn't even get my car on it because I got blown up. But that's alright, you know. The ball got there and somebody else made the shot. And I forget if I've been skipping the... I think I have been because I just habitually skip the replay, but I will leave them in here from now on, except when I forget, which will be half the time, so it's fine. It used to be when I was just doing a lot more practicing, getting used to the game, that I could sort of see this style. You don't need to see that again, that's nothing. That there were sort of styles for the other teams, and the teams do each of the, you know, AI, or I like how they call them AI. Each of the computer teams do have a particular style. Oh my goodness. My guy wasn't there. I would have had a chance to get that, but there was no way I could hit that without hitting him. So I would say when I make mistakes and the other team scores on me, half the time is because I'm trying to cut a shot really close and I just miss it. And the other half of the time, the guys on my team are just completely useless and actually physically in the way, which is why I like to hit them so much. Like that. Or they're actually in the way of the shot or actually hit the ball in. So I'm doing pretty crappy in this game. It's probably at least partially because I'm trying to talk during it, but That's fine. I mean, that's sort of the way things are. So you can see that was a nice hit from one of my own guys that was supposed to go in there. These guys are usually not particularly good, but they do have a decent amount of accuracy sometimes, and I think that's what we're seeing here. And it does seem, when you're playing these guys, that they're they get randomized. The whole team gets randomized at the beginning of the match to whether they're going to be good or not good. It sure feels like that because their style is still there, but their ability to execute is kind of shot. Like my ability to execute there, I should just be able to make that shot, and I usually do quite a bit. But hey, look at that, it's another assist because I'm not making my shots, but I'm getting them kind of close enough. What are we at now? 3 assists. Again, follow. If you're gonna play, if somebody was gonna play with me, you follow me and you keep some distance and watch the way that the ball's going, because I can usually get it fairly close even if it doesn't go in. And sometimes I can just get it myself. In fact, I do prefer to do that. You know, why leave it to somebody else if you know where the ball's going already? It's just executing. But as you can see, I do very much love using the walls. I'm going to at least partially attribute that to the fact that I used to love to play bumper pool as a kid, and using the walls here is like the exact same thing as playing bumper pool. I'd like to get that in, and I didn't, but that's alright. He's going to follow it in because I was incompetent, but I still was competent enough to get it close. I mean, it was going in, but like you want it to go in more powerfully than that because you're just giving the team time to react. Sometimes I feel like playing to give up as few goals as possible. I think my record for a 18 regular season plus 2 playoff game is 8 goals given up. And I think I remember that play, and it just wasn't good enough. Or I should say, that was as good as it could get. I could not. My play wasn't good enough. That's what I was thinking of there. That was wrong. So something you'll see me try to do a bunch now is a play that I've started to try to do a little more, is actually sort of bouncing the ball off the hood of my car to get height, but not actually change its direction much. The idea is just to keep it out of the other team's hands or car, I guess as the case may be. But I'm not super great at it. So, in fact, actually that shot was kind of like that, but here you go. That went alright. So I only have 7 centered balls in my better games. I'll get like 13 or so. That's, that's an okay game. I guess we'll play another one. Sometimes I think in the past I'd uploaded just like a single game in a row. I don't even know if I'm going to upload this, but I'm doing it for fun. I feel like doing the voiceover, so why not, huh? Nobody has to watch it. I don't like this map. It's one of the newest maps. I found that I really don't like dark maps. I am noticeably worse. There was for Halloween this past year, there was a really dark version of the farm map, and I was trash at it. I really need to see the game. One thing I do is, you'll notice there, I will definitely play more defensive, because the team generally isn't very good at being defensive. That was cool. That play actually worked really nicely. I meant to actually tap that back farther than I did, but because I didn't tap it very far, I actually set it up nicely for my guy there. So that, I'll take those sloppy plays. Oh yeah, so style. So the previous set of guys do some aerials. Not real aerials, but they get in the air, and they get the ball moving a lot. Oop, damn. And they can usually be pretty accurate, so if you're not paying attention, they can do They can make some really good plays. These guys are sort of like that other team, but better. They tend to be quite accurate. They tend to be sort of better opponents. They also defend really well. I'm hitting none of my shots in. It's pretty amazing. Luckily, my guys are picking up the slack, and see, not in again, but Chipper gets it right in. Some games I can get those in every time for like 8-10 games in a row, and just not quite executing today. But, you know, the goals are still going in, so let's not have theirs go in though, okay? I do like that pinch off. I expected that. I expected that to get hit. Completely misjudged that. I do like to, like getting like a double hit or a pinch off the wall is a real nice, because you can clear a ball out really far that way. Did I get that? Nope. Too far over. Oops. Come on. There we go. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'll be honest with you, my guys are playing really... Oh, that was really poorly done. Wow. My guys are playing really well this game, because I have made loads of mistakes, and they have been picking up the slack, like, really well. See? I can't make that shot if he's going to be right there. But look at that. Yet another assist. I guess it must have touched the... Obviously it must have touched the ball last, but... Yeah, part of playing with computer as your other two guys on your team is you have to anticipate the things that the computer is going to do. And the computer mostly plays as if it's a two-person team and ignores you. The only time it really seems to do a decent job of taking you into account, and I think it's just because it can't really predict what you're doing, is when you go to goal, it'll detect that you're there and they won't go into goal, so that's great. If you're going towards goal, not even sometimes particularly close, it'll leave. It'll just ditch out a goal and say, hey, you're going to get it. So you do have to kind of consider that. If you're close to goal, you might want to just commit to it even if you don't want to, because it's going to go in. The other one is that if both of you are chasing the ball at about the same speed and direction, it will... damn, didn't get in time. It will... it'll peel off and let you get the shot. So you also sometimes need to kind of trust yourself that you should just go for it and the computer isn't going to do a darn thing. I don't always, and that's usually where I make mistakes and the other team gets to score the goals. So it's just... It's... Oh, wow. That's some speed. Glad that didn't go in. That's kind of the problem with playing the computer. The computer definitely does a good job coordinating 3 cars on the other side, but it's only coordinating 2 cars on your side and doesn't really know how to predict you, as I said, except for if, you know, you're sort of close to the ball with somebody else or you're heading towards your goal. So I tend to like to, when I'm feeling it, to hang back in goal a bit, but that's kind of boring. Recently I've been trying to get sort of almost as many goals as possible for the team. It's another assist. What am I at now? 5 assists. Okay then. That just means I can't get the darn ball in. But I have been going for a lot higher just score totals, and it means I have been letting a few more goals in, because you just can't play both sides all the time. I mean, you can kind of. I don't know really what I was doing there. But not all the time. It's kind of hard. Come on, somebody hits that, they can pop it in. Yep. And there's another assist. 6 assists is not something that usually happens, though I did get quite a few in the previous game as well, or a previous match. I think 7 is my record, so we'll see how that goes. But I think what that means is that maybe I'm playing more predictable, so it knows when to follow, because that's a problem I have a lot. It's like, you know, I get a really nice ball right at the front, and nobody is there to do a darn thing about it. This should be a good follow-up. Let's see what happens. He didn't get it. And he got blown up. That's not very respectful. Yeah, see, the computer overruns. Like when the ball bounces in the air a lot, your team, the other team, will overrun the ball all the time. It does mean that it's good to then keep the ball in the air as much as possible. But sometimes if you do a fast air game, your team is useless. They have no idea. So you're basically sort of playing 1 versus 3 with a couple of distractions. Yeah, see, it was up in the air too much and he didn't get it. Don't get out, don't get in my way. And there's, like, playing that, oh, nice. Playing that, I was, there we go, I couldn't get it. This is why I get at least 1 score generally per game, because just stuff like that, I just didn't anticipate it well enough, and my guys really are generally pretty poor at defending. They've done pretty well these last couple of games in some situations, so I mean that's, you know, that's okay. But I would say if you were going to say one thing where the computer's the weakest, it has generally no anticipation about how to defend. That was badly done. I was too slow there, and then I'm in the wrong spot. Well, I wouldn't be able to get that anyway. See, again, it's, you know, he's in the way, so I can't do anything with that shot. So some of the times it's like you have to predict where your guy's going to be, and if he's going to be so in the way that it leads to a goal, which is of course what happened just a couple of seconds ago. But that's not too bad. 3 goals, 6 assists. Never got that 7th to tie my record. Now, that's only a guess. I think I've gotten 7. I know I've gotten 6 loads of times. I'm pretty sure I've gotten 7. I'm pretty sure I haven't gotten 8. These guys can be pretty good. I've got to look at them again. It's like I play them. Yeah, they hit hard and they do a good job managing their boost. Getting the ball popped up into the air like that is one of the easiest ways to make a score. It just works almost every time. Sometimes these guys can defend them. They can pop up in the air pretty well, but they both got hit, once by me and once by one of the other guys on my team. So I was looking at my guy too much there, and I actually am really bad at that shot. Like, that's just a gimme. I mean, that shot you should get like every time. See about managing the boost? He got that because he managed the boost and the guy on my team didn't. See, he still got boost all the way into it, and that's the difference. Now you'll see your own team sometimes going for boost when they should be defending, but they literally use boost to go to the next boost pad. So it's pretty bad sometimes. My team AI tends to do a pretty bad job against this team, as you can see. It's almost like oh yeah, and I think your guys also get randomized as to how badly they're going to do in, you know, each particular game. So my guys might have gotten randomized pretty well the last time, and they are just not randomized well in this one. Totally a guess though. I mean, people can be streaky, and that's part of how people work, but this isn't people. This is a computer. It should, in theory, be able to get that right every single time. That's why I wish they would actually program better bots, because, frankly, I just like the low pressure of playing against bots. I don't want to play against people. I don't care to. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Nice hits. These guys do have some pretty good accuracy. So that's the tap that I'm trying to do off my hood, or in that case, a trunk, because all I want to do is get the ball away from them. In fact, sometimes when I'm playing, the main description of what I would say is just getting the ball away from the other players, not even necessarily placed well. Hey, look, another assist I didn't intend to get. It's not necessarily playing the ball well, it's just getting it away from where the other players are. occasionally to the point where I can cross the map and get to the ball myself next, because I generally know where I tried to get it to go, and the computer has no clue, which is kind of fun. Yeah, see, I like to do these timed shots just because they're fun. This isn't really a skilled thing, it's more of a fun thing. But look at, I mean, their team is really hitting these shots really pretty nicely. Don't cross the ball for the other team. Let's see if I can make this go in. Apparently, yes. That really wasn't a hard hit. Like, these hits should be harder. You want to get that ball in the goal as fast as you can. I'm definitely better at that than I used to be. I used to like take these soft shots all the time, but I know that just isn't good. Okay, that didn't work out well, and there's nobody in goal. And that's how your team defends. Right there. Let's see, where were they? There's one of them. Where's the other one? Just completely absent. And that's the problem, is the other guy was probably just out trying to get boost, and that's what he gets for it, even though it was the other one. I don't care, I'm gonna hit them. And this is where I get kind of pissed. I start hitting people because it's fun. There we go. Yeah. At some point, I cut that off there. At some point, I just get annoyed at my teammates. I'm just like, we're not even playing together anymore. I'm just going to keep the ball away from everybody, including my own team, because they're getting annoying and in the way. You'll notice I've pretty much made that same shot right there, 3 times in this game. Taking it off from above and just sort of tapping it lightly, and you're mostly just letting the ball bounce off your car, but I'm putting just a tiny little boost right as I'm hitting it. Not a heavy boost, just a little one. Just get a little more speed into the ball, but you do that too much and you'll pop it up and it'll go above and you'll miss your shot. But yeah, it's funny. I remember very early on when I started playing Rocket League, watching a Tips, it's the exact same shot I took. It's like the 4th time I've done the same shot in this game. Maybe I'll not cut it off this time. Tip, very slight boost. You can see right there at the end, and it just gets the ball in the goal a little faster without actually shooting it up in the air. If I put more boost on there, the ball would go above the goal and I'd miss. Ooh, hey, that was cool. One thing I do remember from watching, as I was about to say, a Rocket League sort of tips and tricks thing early on, was when you're in the air, you want to position yourself as you're coming down in a way that maximizes your advantage. I mean, that's a little generic, but it means that if you're coming down on the side, on the walls, I missed it, damn. If you're coming down on the walls on the side, you want to be pointing down, or at least pointing down and towards the goal, because you want to. By the way, that was an example of getting the ball out of the way of everybody. When I tapped that ball to stop it, nobody could do a thing about it. Everybody's in the wrong spot on the map, including my own guy, which is good because he wouldn't have shot it in the right spot. I like to do that a lot, because then I'm in control of the shot and I know where it's supposed to go, and I can try and hit it in. And that time, hey, I made it in, actually. But what I was saying before about positioning, I didn't realize it was going to be that. I'm going to miss that. That stinks. Is that... and then he hits it into me. Well, I'll recover from that. Because... Ooh. Oh, that's lucky. And it's lucky that I didn't have somebody hit that into me when I was in the goal, because I was also out of position. Thanks for that. I was in position to make that shot, but my own guy hit me out of the way. And that's how the game goes sometimes. Let's have a look at that. Hey, I'm about to hit it. Thanks, Merlin. Yeah, whacked me out of the way. What I've been trying to say for a while is when you come down on the wall, you should be positioned down as much as you can so you can immediately get going as fast as possible. And let's see, is that? No, it's not. I got the wrong way. Would have gone in if I'd actually hit it the right way. There we go. Come on, somebody. There we go. Nicely done. In fact, you can see when I came, I mean, I should have said it a little earlier, but when I came down there, I was already pointed back into the field, not pointed up against the wall. I remember reading that, and I never could, I could never take it all in. It was just like too many tips at once. But at some point I noticed like a year later I was doing all those things, not because of the tip, it's just because it makes sense. Like, you want to be able to control your position so that you're making best use of your time. Come on, you can hit that in. You can do it. Ah, too high. So, like there, he's there. Now, there's a play I could have made there. I should have hit their goalie out of the goal when I was coming out there. I didn't think it mattered. But if I'd done that, the ball that came out would have gone in for another goal that my teammate hit. I usually don't hit the goalies out. I mean, I don't even know if that's proper etiquette if you're playing against real people. But I will do that on occasion, though, if the ball is right there. But I mean, we're in the lead by enough there that there's no need to hit the goalie out to do stuff like that. But, you know, at some point I assume all's fair in Rocket League. I mean, I don't know what the etiquette is. I kind of don't really care because I'm not playing against people very much. Again, right there, I came down. Oh, my own guy. Let's see what happened there. Did he get it? No, he. That was just, honestly, it's the computer doing it. The computer's not that good of a player, but that was a really pretty nice way to get that ball in, because I would have been able to defend it if he hadn't gotten that nice little side hit on it. Just trying to get that forward, but I knew I was going to crash into my own guy there before I got it, so not much I can do. These guys are generally not very good, so the fact that we're already down 1-0 on them is pretty embarrassing. But, you know, whatever. It's all good. So that's one of my favorite ways to turn around, is you can just pop yourself in the air and make sure that you land facing the direction you want to go. And you'll notice that when I'm doing as many of these things as I can, these lands, I end up exactly where I want to face as my tires get back on the ground. So that's kind of what you want to do. As tires get back on the ground, as you can see there, sliding on the top. These are things I've sort of been doing a little more recently, but you will find yourself behind by a lot in a match if you don't get your car pointed the right way as much as possible. And when I get in trouble, it's always because I've lost a ton of time with my car pointed the wrong way. You do have to anticipate like when somebody's going to hit the ball, like there and there. That's why I'm coming back to defend, just in case they got it past, which they didn't, but now they will. And I do like hitting off the sides with the anticipation of hitting the ball into the goal. As I said, that's the bumper pool right there, because this is a bumper pool play. And that was nice. Actually, it went off of his hood, and that's the only reason it went in, because it was probably going to go into the wall, but hey, I'll take it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So I do like doing these approaches. And there we go. That worked out nicely. If it's something to where my team is not even on the, is not even in my field of view, then I'm super happy. It's great when they're following me, it's just when they're ahead of me or when I'm waiting too long and they bash me from behind. That's when it can be the biggest problem. Let's see, he didn't go for the ball. Yeah, I was never going to be able to get that in time, but maybe not this one. A little too far out. Yep, missed that one. And I've got boost, so let's see how this turns out. It's one of these things to where I kind of get used to being like the only person on my team, and then every now and then I realize, oh yeah, these other guys are actually going to do something. It's like, oh, that's pretty pleasant when they actually do something for you. That's why those first two games were actually really surprising to me. Ah, got it. Because they were doing really well. Even though I think in that... Oops, sorry, I skipped that one. Even though in that first game, I think we still got 3 goals scored on us, which is really actually the worst in this season, this little season that I've made. Ah, did that wrong. Let me tell you something. If I'm going head first into the goal, like straight on, my shots stink. If I can have a stronger or more, I guess, what is it, acute angle, yeah, my shots are way better. I just really kind of stink at making straight on shots. I even used to be better at it. I've gotten worse. I used to be okay at it, and now I almost never make the straight on shots, so oh well. Yeah, that was not strong enough. And I did that wrong. Well, you know, it gives you practice with getting... Ooh, you got it. Gives you practice with recovering. You know, every mistake you make can be a practice for something else. Alright, come on, get that follow through. Too high. So I was in the wrong position there, but I was in the right position there. Ah, missed. Also wrong position there. Come on, somebody, get that in. There we go. Yep, nice. We have 3 assists, not bad. Honestly, I do like doing assists a lot. You make too many goals, put pressure on yourself to make more goals. You make assists and an occasional save, well that's good. Actually, I haven't done really very good with saves, have we? I think I've gotten 1 or 2. I'll technically get 1 here. Alright, straight on. I think that might actually go in, but I think it's too soft. I don't think it's going to make it. Somebody's either going to hit it. Oh, got it. Never mind. I'll take that. Okay, that's boring. But we'll see. I do like starting out in the back. Well, that was some sort of major hitch there. I'm sure that'll show up on video too. That was kind of weird. Oops, didn't get that. This is where if it crosses over to your side, if it crosses over to a side, the AI or whatever you want to call it, the game, their team will immediately run back, and then one will eventually choose to be goalie. Not eventually, pretty quickly choose to be goalie, and then the other one will, the other two will do their defense and go for the ball. So if you see the ball very obviously going to make it over to your side, you should be getting back because your teammates won't react until the ball gets to that side. So, oh, I know what the hitch is now. I know why I did that. Well, that was a really bad version of it though, but hey, at least I know what it is. It's... damn. It's for the night color that I use for my monitor, because I can see it changing. I don't think it's going to change for you, but it does change for me. So that's what I was just saying is just what I did right there. It's like I knew my guys were not going to do much, and I knew it was going to be the ball was going to make it all the way to my side of the goal. I'm not going to get it. Damn. I think I'll do one more game and call it. But generally speaking, I didn't even look to see how I did there. That's hilarious. Let's do this one more game. Oh, hey, let's look at the season. How are we doing? That's not what I wanted. I don't want to modify. Let's look at the standings. So I've been getting about 9 goals per game in this one, and giving up about 1 goal per game. And I had been averaging 7 and 1 for a while, and I brought it up to 9, but I really just haven't been able to get back to defend enough goals while still scoring 9. I was really trying to get to 10 at one point, and I had it above 10, but a couple of teams really are good enough to where they just, you can't get, almost always can't get more than 5 or 6 goals on them. Yeah, see, like that should have gone in. I do like making that shot, and I can make it half the time, third of the time. Really should be able to make that one more often, though. It's a fun shot to make too, though. That's kind of why I like it. Ah, damn. I don't know who hit me there, but it sure did prevent me from doing anything useful, and that was great. Fantastic. Already starting out down by 1. All because somebody hit me. I think it was somebody on the other team, but do you know what? I don't care. You're still going. The best thing about getting mad, and especially hitting my guys like that, is that usually that results in a goal scored on us. Because I'm not defending, because I'm getting pissed. So, you know, keep your cool. Unless you kind of enjoy not keeping your cool and making dumb mistakes like that, which is always fun. Like that. Hey, we're down by 2 this time. Who was defending there? So let's see. I did not defend. And yeah, nobody there. And that's a good example of what I was saying earlier. You cannot depend on your guys to do anything. Sometimes if the ball even goes back there, they'll just leave the goal and go to get a boost, and they, you know, we get scored on while they're getting the boost. But you know, it's not fun to every single time go back and try to defend your goals, so whatever. So the major difference between doing this and playing with actual people is that even at the level I play at, there's quite a few people who can do aerials, and that's sort of a very different. He's going to swipe that, isn't he? Stinker. Well, you want the goal. You don't want some lollipop sitting there waiting for somebody to actually hit it out. When I play, the very few times I play with people online, and play with other people my level, so I'm just randomly queuing. A lot of people can do aerials. Some people are pretty accurate, but not all. In fact, a lot of people are not very accurate. There's maybe a little more ball chasing. Sometimes you'll get people who are pretty good at defending. I don't mind defending, but the problem is that there's a shot I can't defend at, and it's a very easy shot to defend, and I just suck at it because I haven't practiced. But it's basically just where you have to pop your car up straight in the air, and hey, that might go in. No, we'll take it. It's when you pop your car straight up in the air just to block a straight shot in, and if it's up high enough, I just can't get the darn shot. I just don't have the timing down, and I kind of refuse to practice it because I don't care. And you know, maybe if I practice it and I cared enough, I might enjoy playing online a little more. Obviously, I also can't aerial, and because I'm playing keyboard as a control, and I've tried to teach myself how to do how to do controller, but I just, is that going in? Good. I tried. It was frustrating. It was not fun. I play this for fun. So if I'm finding something not fun about it, I won't do it. And that is controller. So I really will not be doing much in the way of aerials. And then it's also why I don't like to play online, because I put too much pressure on myself not to screw up. So I would prefer just to chill and do this. Oh, I think he stole the... that's not good. But it made it out, so that's nice. I do like to send the ball up that way a lot from the side. Just got to see where that's going to go. You have kind of an unfair advantage once the ball's bouncing that high in the air. I mean, as long as you can, you know, make your shot, which I happen to make that time, and I can make that shot fairly often. The other team, especially this team has no clue about in the air. This is one of the easier teams, which is why them scoring 2 on us early on was just pathetic. I mean, this really is one of the easiest teams to play against. They don't really have good anticipation, but occasionally, you know, when they get good accuracy, or when it's like our team is the Keystone Cops, yeah, that's when the problems happen. Actually, that's fine. I didn't get that quite right. I meant to do a dodge, and I just sort of poked forward in the air instead of actually dodging. I don't think that's going to go in. Ah, missed it. Of course, nobody's there. I mean, that's the thing. The ball is just sitting there doing nothing for so long. Did I get that? No. I definitely hit those wide all the time. And it's much better to actually hit it narrow, because then it bounces out right in front of the goal. And then somebody else should be able to pick it up. Alright, let's see if we can do something about this. Come on, somebody, hit that in. Oop, no. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. And that's why you want to be able to anticipate those types of shots, because it makes defending something like that pretty easy. I mean, the only problem you're going to have with it is missing your shot. Yes, got it in. Nicely done. So it's a pretty good cross. And then I had boost, and that's why, you know, nobody else had boost, which is why you don't see them doing anything with boost. You do need to conserve it. Like, part of the game is just naturally taking, I guess that's something I haven't said, is part of the game is just naturally taking lines around. I shouldn't have waited this long. Oh. And he took the bounce and got it. That was stupid. I knew it immediately. I should have come out right there, but he might have popped it over my head too. Wow. Should have probably hit it higher up into the air. Hey, they scored 3 on us. Maybe I'll play one more after this. We'll see. Hey, don't do that. This is bad. This is where my team usually... And you see I haven't been playing much goalie. And that shows because we have not been doing as well. Ah. Oh, I missed it. That was really pathetic. Oh well. And one of the actually main things about playing with everybody, including playing with... that was bad. Including playing with bots, is anticipating what they're going to do, because you can't just simply assume you're going to get the ball. It's going to drop. Yeah. I got to play another one. That one kind of sucked as the last one. So this video will be a little longer. What was the stats here? Yeah. Not very much. A couple of saves, but a couple more... I mean, you know, no saves from my guys. They get them every now and then. It's like there's an occasional game where they do pretty well. But even there, that was 2 more scores than I expected. So I usually don't have too much trouble with these guys. But seeing as we're kind of on a downward swing, we'll see. I forget what their strength is. It's been a while. I don't remember, because, you know, some of them do a pretty good job in the air. But I think those are like the yellow and the white team are the ones that are good for that. Damn, that didn't really work as well as I wanted it to. I mean, it was accurate. It just wasn't, you know, it was too easily defended. See, I shouldn't have been in the air there. That's the dangerous thing. And oh my god, how useless is that? This is why, you know, if I wasn't in the air there, I was caught in the air and I did not plan well, So I was just a little behind that shot, and then Chipper there was completely useless in the goal. Whereas you'll see their goalie, they'll at least block the shot. That's really the thing that I see that seems different. Look at that. Down 0 for 2 again. Are we going to make another video after this one? As you can see, he left the goal. Nothing happened. The other guy went in the goal really late. I just got to do better on taking advantage of the first shot, you know, to keep it on this side, because if it stays on this side, then their guys don't actually do anything about it. But then, you know, that was a bad... But look, like, he hit... Like, the goalie got that darn shot. And you just do not see your guys making those type of defensive shots much. And of course, I get hit right before I was going to... Because I should have been able to score on that one. But, of course, he will overrun that, because that's what the computer does in this game. And of course, I'm getting hit by my own guys. That's when... So that is an easily anticipated hit that he did there. Ah, still didn't get it. I should be able to get that shot, and I frequently do, but... Okay, let's see here. Yeah, they're just hitting me a lot and hitting the ball a lot, so... Maybe that's their MO. Just lots of hits, and maybe you gotta do the same. Don't do that. Don't hit me like that. Still, we still haven't even scored. There you go. Solve that problem. If you can get that ball in the air in front of the goal, it's very easy to get in, because very few of the other teams are just able to do anything about that type of defense. I think the team with Poncho on it can actually defend that shot pretty well in the air, and that was a good one. That's about being patient with these guys. A regular person playing Rocket League is never going to make this bad of a defensive shot, but as soon as you see them, you know they're going to overrun it, and you can just wait and pop the ball up ahead of you. Even if you're down like 4-0 somehow, and I have been, you can usually get back pretty quickly depending on what's happening. That was too hard, but might still work. Yep, he hit it in. So there we go. 3 goals in, 30 seconds. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention, but yeah, you can turn the tide pretty quickly with these guys, because once you get control of your flow in the game, and that's really what it is. You get control of your flow in the game, it actually works pretty well. You can pay attention. And of course, I'm playing from behind, where I always play better from. It's when I'm playing out ahead, which I think I've been doing a little more of when I have some problems. And I don't get credit for that because it's been too long since I had hit the ball, so I don't get an assist for that. I have none so far in this game. That generally ebbs and flows. And it is, of course, the assist is highly dependent on your guys being able to follow up your shots. Oh, I'll take that. I mean, if they're going to hit my shots in like that for me, I'm going to be happy. I'm perfectly fine with that. And, part of that is just how to play the game. Get that ball in front of the goal, even if it's not in. Get it in front of that goal as much as possible, because there are 5 other cars that can hit it in, 3 by accident and 2 by only slightly less accident if they're on your team. So it's just like this shot. Hopefully somebody will bonk it in. Looks like it's going to have to be me. So that worked out pretty well. Yeah. No assists here if you're going to do all the scoring, which I usually am not really a fan of doing, but it is fun. You just don't like to start it with being down 2-0 and then oh, we finally figured out how to play after 45 seconds or a minute and a half. Ordinarily, I would go after that ball, but I did not trust what my guys were going to do, though they did quite a good job with it. Just going to let him finish that if he can. Nope. That was not what I wanted to do. I wanted to get it off of the sidewall and bounce it off the wall towards the goal. That is exactly what I wanted to do, and I rarely get that perfectly right. But that's a fun thing. That's tough to defend for a goalie if it can roll up there. I mean, good goalies obviously can do it, but certainly people who play at my level are really not as good for goalies to get that. When I try to defend that shot, I always drive underneath it. And good luck me actually hitting it directly as opposed to taking it up on the wall. Oops. And that was a bad... Oh, I got lucky. Chipper got that ball, but that was basically a cross. I basically crossed the ball for them. Oh, that was a good defense. Ah, somebody hit that in. Nicely done. There we go. Look at that. Pretty good. Try. Part of that, I did knock the goalie out on that one, which I said I didn't do much earlier, but I don't know if it made a difference because the goalie was on the other side of the goal and there were like other players for the other team there, but it might have helped. That's... oh, I'll take that. Yeah, one thing, when I pop up into the air like that, I don't have good control of my car, obviously, because I did not really... I landed basically the wrong direction. I wouldn't have minded landing still facing away from the goal, but towards the center of the field, because that's a good defensive position, but I was not only... Oh, hello! Well, I'm going to stay here. I don't think I've ever been quite that caught on somebody's car before. Oh, come on. Don't ruin this for me. I know exactly where this is going. Alright. Hey, is that going to go in? Oh, I thought he was going to block it, actually. Yeah, so there's a weird behavior, and if you watch the goalie right now as he comes in on the other team, he's going to stop and start reversing. And he's starting to reverse, as you can see there. About the time that Epic bought this game, that was a huge problem with the robots, the AI, whatever you want to call it in the game. Are you going to put that in? No, you're not. You're going to miss. After they bought it, it seemed like they had fixed that. Damn. I figured I could knock my guy out of the way. I just wasn't sure. I can't even get it in. Alright, we're done. In any case, I think they fixed that in the AI for a while, and I didn't see it for a while, and all the teams were defending better and actually made it a bigger challenge, and there seems to have been a little bit of slide back since then. In any case, this was fun. That was a good game to end on, even though we gave up 2 goals at the beginning. This is something I see all the time, and most of these are my shots, clearly. I clearly telegraph my shots to parts of the goal that other teams, the AI teams, really have a good chance of sort of saving and just kicking out. This is pretty common. It's really rare that our team, it's almost non-existent that our team has more saves than the other. Of course, the other team needs to make more shots to do that, and they're just not. I mean, they got 6 shots in this game. It's pretty good, but in any case, this was fun. That was 3 or 4 or 5 games. I don't know how many it was. I'll end on a 10-2. That's okay. I'm good with that. Any case, this was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you all later.